Next topic, we have to discuss this. I know this is the golden question, more of the elephant in the room. Holy crap, there's a lot of ads on this. If you're watching this live, I'm sorry, I can't stop it. Title, it's come from Daily Mail. Has COVID killed off the flu? Experts pose the intriguing question as influenza cases nosedive by 98% across the globe. I think that was a question that a lot of us had. Like, what are the flu numbers? What were they going to look at with the rise of the Modelo virus? What were the flu deaths going to look like? Because we know that it's a thing. Are they going to disappear? Are they going to be greater than what they have? Or are they going to be significantly less? Now, I assume that they were going to be significantly less. 98%. Now, I don't know about all that. So what the hell happened to the flu? Good question. We are entering into another flu season. Says Chile. Just 12 cases of flu were detected between April and October. 12. There were nearly 7,000 during the same period in 2019. By June, usually the peak of its flu season, there were none. In fact, Australia has not had a reported positive case to the WHO since July. And that's talking about Australia. Australia, just 14 positive flu cases were recorded in April, compared with 367 in the same time last month. So what the hell happened to the flu? South Africa surveillance tests picked up 2 cases at the beginning of the season, which quickly dropped to 0 over the following month. Overall, a 99% drop compared to the previous year. And in the UK, flu season is only just beginning. But since COVID-19 began spreading in March, just 767 cases have been reported to the WHO compared to nearly 7,000 from March to October last year. So where is the flu? This is a question that is a legitimate question that I feel like a lot of us are asking and should be asking. Are the flu counts and the flu deaths being counted as Modelo virus deaths? Or is it just happened that, and Johnny and Edith kind of alluded to this, are they taking the same population? Which means basically one replaced the other, or more so a little maybe combined. But when I say combined, I mean it's significantly less flu deaths. This is a question that is worth asking. And the fact that more people aren't asking it goes to show that I don't know if this is about how dangerous this virus is. I don't think it was ever about that. I think that it was always about control. I think that it was always, and this does not mean that I'm saying that the Modelo virus does not exist. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that people, political pundits, politicians themselves, government officials saw this as an opportunity to power grab. And that's exactly what they did. We know that the numbers have been, depending on where you're at. I've covered freaking motorcycle accidents being considered Modelo virus deaths. Now, we don't talk about deaths anymore, by the way, in case you were wondering. What we talk about now actually is cases. Because the deaths are going down. We can't talk about the deaths no more, right? Either it be better treatment, different strains, people are reacting better to it one way or another. We don't talk about the death. Now we talk about cases. 1,000 cases from last week, up from last week. What does that mean? Because from what I knew or what I understood, I know we're 9 months into Flatten the Curve. But back when Flatten the Curve was the thing, we never talked about Flatten the Curve as if it was a thing that was supposed to end the virus or eradicate the virus. That was never to be assumed. That was never what it assumed. It actually assumed that we all was gonna get it. Or let's say that the people who were going to get it were going to always get it. The whole point was supposedly to slow the spread so you didn't overwhelm your hospitals. Had nothing to do with eradicating the virus. But now all of a sudden we're talking about eradicating the virus. So speaking as if we need to eradicate this virus before we can actually go on with our lives. So the question that I have is, number one, why are the flu deaths the way that they are? And that's a legitimate question, a scientific question. I would love someone to answer, message me for my scientists out there and give me a legitimate reason as to why the flu deaths are down so much. And then follow that up with answering, why the hell aren't we talking about this? We're so focused on cases now that we're not even discussing this. It's a legitimate question. It's a big deal, right? You had this thing that would come up every year that killed a lot of people. I think a lot of people didn't understand how many people that the flu killed, but we just accepted it as a reality of life. For whatever reason, we're not doing that with the Modelo virus. But we used to accept it as if it was just the way things were always going to be. And then for whatever reason, this virus came. And now all of a sudden we have to prevent any and all deaths. The flu deaths go down significantly across the world. And here we are cooped up in our houses, or many of y'all, wearing diapers on your face wherever you go. Because if it just saves one life, why not? Now, we talked about last show how the science up and changed, or rather there was no consensus to the effectiveness of masks when it came to slowing the spread prior to March. Then all of a sudden, here we are. It's very interesting. But where are the flu deaths? And why aren't we talking about it? If anybody can give me an update, a scientific explanation, I would love for you to email me at info@ericdjuly.com and give me an explanation as to why that is the case. I know we're being duped. It's just a matter of how much and how deep it goes. Now, I know that's a rabbit hole that a lot of you guys have went down, but holy crap, when you see things happen that don't make sense and they don't line up, and then you have a bunch of sheep that are just, or rather zombies, just do everything that the government says because we have to save a life. Whew. The amount of things that you can do to people in the event that you scare them. It's absolutely amazing.